and welcome back to our next segment of the Asatru Edda. I am Asger Skegg, your narrator, and today we are going over the chapter entitled Ívaldi. Now, Ívaldi is one of the Dvergar that we discussed early on in some earlier chapters, and Ívaldi is actually kind of an important figure in Norse lore, as well as his sons with him, because they do play a critical role in the defense against the forces of Jotunheimer, as we will hear in this chapter. Ívaldi was one of the Dvergar created by Durin in the Uralder, and then King Vilken and Queen Rusila, one of the finest female warriors and one of the Hafruar, raised him. They were rulers of the Alfar who dwelled south of the Ileivagar. Ívaldi was married to Suna, daughter of Sol, and with her had the daughters Idun, Adua, and Alvig. Idun was the youngest of Ívaldi's elder children. With the Giger Grip, he had the illegitimate sons Volundr, Egil, and Slagfinnr. Clad in armor smithed by Volundr, Ívaldi was the great spear champion who despised all other weapons of attack and was also called Girvandil. He was one of the Godin's sworn protectors of the Hvergelmir fountain and the rivers that spring from it, most especially the Ileivagar rivers, which separate Jotunheimer from the other realms. He would later become the great folk hero and protector of Svidroft. His sons inherited their positions. Ívaldi is a kinsman of Heimdallr and was the first of the race of the Skinfingar and Ylfingar. In ancient times, a mighty fortress was built for Ívaldi as an outpost against the powers of frost. It is called Ysetr and lies within the land of Idalr, located in the northernmost part of Alfheimr, just south of the Ileivagar. This became the Odal of the Ívaldi Ate, passed down generation after generation. The land is described as rich in gold, and Ysetr's elder, or Ysetr's fire, is a keening for gold. Ívaldi's sons also learned powerful Fimbuljódar from Mimir, which allowed them to keep the frost and cold of Niflheimr at bay. Volundr learned the art of the smith at Mimir's hearth and became a most excellent artisan, renowned throughout all of the worlds. Egil and Slagfinnr also learned the art of the smith, but mainly served as Volundr's assistants in the creation of their wondrous items. Egil became the greatest archer ever known and was also called Orvandil. One of the greatest feats he performed with his bow was shooting an apple off of his son's head. Egil had 3 arrows fashioned by him from Ivaldr's help, which always returned to their quiver. He, like the other descendants of Ívaldi, was famous for running on skis and owned a pair that could ride on water as well as land, and, when necessary, could become a shield and used in war. This shield had images of a wild boar and a bear carved on it, both of which are symbols of Egil. After his father, Egil became the great defender of Hvergelmir and the Ileivagar, and was much feared by the beings in Jotunheimer. Slagfinnr was most beloved by the Godin and became close friends with several of Odin's sons. With his sister Idun, he was raised in the home of Mani. In the ancient age, Ívaldi's sons were the devoted friends of the Godin and were the decorators and protectors of the creation. They smithed ornaments, and at their outpost by the Dvergar, they defended the worlds against the Jotunheimer's power of frost. They were endowed with pleasing qualities, profound knowledge of the mysteries of nature, intelligence, strength, beauty, and with faithfulness towards their beloved. In times of adversity, the brothers were firmly united. Thank you for sitting in on this next very short chapter of the Asatru Edda. Thank you for supporting the channel. Hit that thumbs up button and make sure that you subscribe to catch all of our new content. Thank you again for listening in, and we'll see you on the next segment.